Hello, everyone. Really excited to introduce Wellness series as part of the Zooming In show. In this series, Dr. Keetana, a naturopath from Chennai, and Pranjal, a yoga practitioner and teacher, will be joining with me. We are going to be discussing yoga and naturopathy for wellness with many practical tips for today's fast paced lifestyle and also for different common ailments. So, do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Namaste, I'm Dr. Keertana, a naturopath and a yoga consultant, and have been practicing in Chennai in STR'S TOYAJA clinic for the past 12 years. And my main motto is to teach, educate people to celebrate living naturally by staying healthy, not just physically, but mentally, socially, and also spiritually.
Okay, and Pranjal?
Okay, Namaste. I am Pranjal and I am a yoga practitioner and a teacher. I've been teaching yoga for the past 8.5 to 9 years now. I've done my master's in biodiversity, which is basically little into evolution and wildlife. And after that, I'm doing my master's here in the US in exercise science. I'm also teaching yoga on a platform called My Yoga Teacher, which is we take online classes here. And I've been doing that for the past 1.5 years.
Oh, great.
So, how about you, Deepa? What is your background like?
Okay, I did my master's in food and nutrition. But I quit my job as dietitian about 30 years back, and I have been in the entertainment industry, like directing plays, acting in films. Yeah, and recently started my company. It's called Lotus Line. Like we make jeans for women. But interestingly, I started my career in the media with a program with Doordarshan actually. It's a television show in Doordarshan called Nalavardu. I mean, if I have to translate it like well-being. So where I used to interview doctors, talk to different doctors, and I loved the program so much. And I'm really happy that I'm getting back to where I started with this series. Yeah, I'm really happy. So let's get into the program. So let's start with yoga. So yoga is popular, like really, really popular around the world, and more popular in the Western world. But not many of us know much about naturopathy, right? Um, Before we ask Ketana what exactly is naturopathy, I would really like to know why is yoga this popular? What is so special about it?
That's a great question, Deepa. So, what's so special about yoga is that it's a holistic sort of lifestyle, I would say. And that's what I think attracted people to it, first of all. Uh, we as Indians, we tend to follow sort of a yogic lifestyle, I would say, where we do things in a certain way and we eat in a certain way and we practice some poses in a certain way. But what I think the Western world has taken from it is just the physical practice, I would say, where people go into these contortionist sort of poses and they love to post it right now on social media and everything. And other people see it and they're like, oh, this looks nice. So that's why that's what my take on it is, that is why it has become more popular. The asanas, which look nice sometimes, which look like very twisted, and people want to try it out. So the physical side has become more popular in the Western world. But there is, as we know, there are other parts of yoga as well, like meditation, like pranayam, which are also an important part of it, which have not become as popular over here in the Western world.
Oh, okay. So, Ketana, what is naturopathy? So, like yoga, naturopathy also originated from India?
Mm. Naturopathy is drugless system of medicine, and there is no medication to treat a patient, but they involve lots and lots of therapies where these therapies helps one's vitality to be improved, your immunity to be improved, and your energy levels to be improved is the main focus on. So therapies includes like the first basic therapy is dietetics. So it starts with diet and herbalism, where certain herbs, basic herbs, are also included, and along with that, various other therapies like hydrotherapy, chromotherapy, aromatherapy, massage, physiotherapy, and acupuncture, varmam. Yoga too is being compiled with naturopathy courses. So many therapies inculcated in one system to heal a patient is what naturopathy is. And origination, it is, you know, to be very frank, it is not originated from India. Though we say not originated, it is formulated into a science. It was formulated in Germany. So it got formulated from Germany, Europe, and moved on to US. And then from there, there were so many authors, which Indian people too started to learn about all those things and formulated it into a science. But we have its deep roots in Vedas. It's just the well-being, the prevention. All these things were taken from the Vedas, and the cure was inculcated with so many other therapies, like as I told you, including chiro practices, osteopathic practices. All these were included. So any therapy where there was no medicine was just pulled into naturopathy and formulated into a course. So that's how it
Oh,
came in. And to say the father of naturopathy is Hippocrates. He was a Greek person long, long ago. And India's father is our Mahatma Gandhi. So he was a very strong believer and follower of nature cure. And he was influenced by the book written by Adolf Dust, written to nature. So that is how slowly, Indians also started to formulate the science into a course.
so you need to go to college to study naturopathy? I mean, to a medical college for 5.5 years, like other doctors?
Yes, Deepa. It's a 5.5 years medical course. You finish your plus two in as of in Indian courses. You just finish your plus two and then just get into this. It's a full-fledged medical course where you will be actually learning anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pathology, up to forensic medicine. You will be learning it. And
Oh,
where comes the therapy side, we don't go much into the pharmacological side. We just have a basic knowledge of it and then jump into the therapies, which are going to help us on the naturopathy angle to treat a patient. So you know, simultaneously, we also learn yoga all the 4.5 years. So yoga is also a part of our naturopathy syllabus.
oh, okay. I didn't know that you study everything, like physiology, anatomy, and every
Yes,
forensic science. Like I'm
yes,
really
yes.
surprised.
We have a paper on that
Why?
too, just to know certain things which is essential for us when we are a doctor. We should know all the all the sides of a body. So we learn that also.
Oh, yeah, it's like a kind of complete.
Yes,
You understand
yes.
everything.
It's a
Yeah.
1 year paper, forensic.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Pranjal, how about yoga teachers? Do they need to learn anatomy or they just learn yoga and start teaching?
Yeah, so we have different certifications. We don't really go to colleges like the doctors or like Kirtana just mentioned. We have short certifications that we can have as teachers, like 200 hours or 500 hours, or and we can continue doing that, continue practicing. We can continue learning more and more. So it's like a continuous process. But yes, initially we do learn about anatomy because that is very, very important. As a yoga teacher, you should know what your anatomy is so that you can actually go and teach it to other people and make sure that you don't injure other people while you're teaching them. So yes, we do
Very
learn
true.
about anatomy, not as in depth as doctors do, but yes, much more overall sort of anatomy where we can be sure that we won't injure someone.
Yeah, that's good. That's very important, actually.
Yes.
I think we need to stop here for this episode. I do have a few more questions to ask you. So let's continue the conversation in part two.